And welcome back to Ozarks Live. We are going to cook today, Joy.
Yes, we are.
Is that two gloves?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it is 2 gloves.
Do you ever make your own salad dressing?
You know what? I do, and honestly, I've read that you are better off every single time making your own because there's a lot of sugar and preservatives and stuff in the bottled business.
Good point.
Right? So that's what I've been told anyway. So every now and again, I make a vinaigrette, or I've made a Caesar, but I don't know that I've made one like you're about to make
Well,
one.
once I started making my own dressing, it was really hard for me to go back and buy some. So we are going to make our homemade Caesar dressing.
Okay.
I've got the romaine for it to go on. So here's what you're going to need. 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, like real cloves. 1 lemon that you're going to juice. 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire, if I'm saying that correctly.
Depending on how you say it, you know what we mean. Yeah.
Exactly. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. 1/3 cup of olive oil. 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then salt and pepper to taste. And of course, your romaine lettuce to put it on. So I'm going to start with the cloves of garlic. Here's how I do it. Basically, I peel it off. These are kind of small cloves, so I was going to do 2 of them. But I put my big knife on it, and I just pop it down, and then they peel really easily after that. And so while I'm doing this, I'm going to chop these up. Why don't you go ahead and, you know what? Let's see. Let's go ahead and start with the hot sauce. Just start pouring this in here. So 1 teaspoon of the hot sauce.
1 teaspoon of the hot.
Yep. And I'm going to get these cloves.
Do you put the egg in it?
I don't. So yeah, there's some, different recipes out there, and I just, for safety reasons, choose to not do that.
I understand. What else goes in it?
Okay, so then do a teaspoon of the Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
Well, I'm having a harder time with the garlic. I'm always getting tripped over the gloves here,
All right.
Okay. So then we need the Parmesan.
A little bit of Parmesan. How much, roughly?
I believe it was, let's see, a 1/2 cup.
About a 1/2 cup. Gotcha.
Yep. And then we will throw in a 1/3 cup of the olive oil. And let's see. Because, I mean, any base to any salad dressing that I make, I always use olive oil and then some kind of acid like lemon juice or, you know, in this case, we've got a few, the lemon that we're going to cut up and juice and put in there.
How much of the Dijon?
That was
just about a teaspoon,
I think.
Tablespoon?
Yeah, 1 teaspoon of that. Okay. Just squirt some in.
Just a little bit.
It's not going to matter if you're off a little bit. So I'm going to throw in this garlic. And then...
Oh, this is going to be good. Then you add your citrus to kind of make it a little tangy.
I always kind of roll the lemon a little bit to kind of loosen up those juices, And then I'm going to use a knife to kind of really get all that juice. Sorry if I'm squirting
you. If you need a juicer, you can use that.
I probably should have just done that, but I'm already halfway through, so let's just do this. Okay. Now, have we put everything in there? We did the olive oil, we did the Parmesan, hot sauce, Dijon mustard, and the Worcestershire.
Do we need a little more olive oil, do you think?
It was about a 1/3 cup total, but whatever it looks like.
That's what I put in there.
I mean, you could...
Let's see what the lemon juice does first, because we might not, that might have added enough liquid to it. This is
while
going to
you're
be
doing
good.
that, I'm going to put a little bit of... You know what I forgot? Is forks.
Well, we'll run during the break and I'll give us a... All right. So now, how long would you suspect that this would stay? I'm sure it would stay for a good while.
Yeah, put it in the fridge, and actually probably better to make it ahead of time, put it in the fridge anyway. Can you see that? It's not necessarily appetizing, but I'm telling you, it's absolutely delicious, and you can make your own croutons. I've got a recipe for that I'll make sometime, too.
You know what I love about this dressing is the hot sauce, because I do think at least a little bit of hot sauce makes everything better.
It really does.
Better.
And not so much that you taste like, oh, that's hot sauce, but it just kind of gives it this robust flavor.
And another thing, I think you just always need a drizzle. We tend to put too much on our salads. I think if you do just the drizzle, or if you toss it, that would last you a good while. And like you said, it lasts in the fridge, and it's a lot better than, what you buy bottled in the store.
Oh, yeah. It's fresh, and it tastes fresh. And you know what else you could do is chop up some anchovies and put that in this as well.
Oh, I don't
know if you like. I love anchovies.
Yeah.
A little bit goes a long way, but that salty goodness. And so you get a lot of that salty. And anyway.
Okay, that's it. So that's an easy, and we'll
it.
put this on our ozarksfirst.com so you can have Cami's recipe for the eggless, so you can feel better about that if you don't like the raw egg in it. So anyway, Cami, thank you. We'll go get forks, and I'm eager to try it out. All right, still to come, David Oliver's going to join us right here in the studio for a look at what is making headlines today, and we will hear more from Tom on today's Color 10 Weather Tour.
We'll be right back.